We're live. Welcome to day 8. This is week 2. Oh my God. What's happening? How did that happen? I love when I did the challenge last year, I got really excited to make that first week. And then but this time I'm like thinking, right, so I've done first week. I've still got so I still got a few days before I even get to the start point of what I did last year with the 31 marathons. So, I've still got 32 days to go. Haven't quite finished stage 8, day 8 yet. I've got about 4 kilometers left on the clock. Let me just pause it, otherwise it's going to get carried away. So yeah, I've got around 4 kilometers just to sort of finish off, which is going to be easy. I'm just going to jog to the supermarket and back, get my food and everything. So that's going to be absolutely fine. Completely happy with that. No problems. In fact, it works out sort of really well. The reason being is just before Chrissy, I had sort of right at the end, I had a few people join me today. I had sort of Martin join me, which was really fantastic in Sparndam. I also had sort of Chrissy and Ian sort of pop by, and just right at the end, which was just perfect timing because I was about 5 kilometers from home, and there's the Dutch pavements are literally just bricks laid on sand. For those that don't know it, and they just get so wobbly. They I am so scared I'm going to trip over. And sure enough, at one stage, I nearly did. I was trying to look cool. What happened was there was this guy on his phone having a cigarette outside, like that, just looking at his phone like this. Looks up and he sees this guy running towards him in a banana suit, and he's just like, "What am I?" His expression was like, "What am I looking at?" It wasn't even like, "Oh my God, what am I looking at?" It was like, "Oh, what is this now?" So I thought I'm going to be super cool. So I'm like doing well, I wasn't doing Tom Cruise running. I wasn't doing like this. I was doing more sort of like I was almost like sort of disco jiving, running, trying to be like a little like a gazelle in the savannah, just sort of prancing around. Boing, boing, boing. I was trying to do that, and then got past him, and about 5 meters later, I tripped on a brick that was just on the road. I didn't fall over, but it just sent a shock through my legs, and it really niggled my hip flexor. So I was actually kind of glad when Chrissy and Ian just sort of rocked up, just walking. They were like, "He's going to be so slow. We'll just walk with him." Yeah, it's near the end of his 50 kilometers. By that stage, he's literally just on hands and knees, and I was because of this. So they just walked with me for a bit, and which was good. But I've set the precedent yesterday, of course, of not finishing before the live stream. I mean, it happened a few times last year, so I'm not that worried about it. I've only got about sort of 4 kilometers to do, so I'll just go off and do it after the live stream. Just go and get my food that I need, come back. The only issue is I want to wash my clothes for tonight, so I won't be able to do that until I'm back. So, but that'll be fine. It will be dry in the morning. If not, I'll be like a bit of a soggy banana for the first bit. So, and then also Martin joined me and Spandam. So he was really funny during the 31 marathons last year. He joined me a couple of times. So I don't know if Mirta sort of joined. She knows him. So he's a really really nice guy, really tall. And but last year when we did when I did the 31 marathons around the country, he joined for a couple of days, or a couple of moments he sort of joined. And every time he did, so it was like on my 70-kilometer day, and I wanted to try and make it in time for the live stream. And also on the last day, I had to sort of get to a certain place at a certain time. Both of those days, I was like sprinting. I was doing sort of like, at some points, I was doing sort of sub 6 minute kilometers with the buggy, and he's just running like mad behind me. So just trying to keep up. But this time he was the one that was sort of driving me forward a little bit. But that was good. What was really sweet about when he showed up is I was currently talking to two young, I think late teenagers on scooters, on moped type things, Vespa typey things. What they do is they saw me running in the banana suit, and I don't know if they know me as a guy that's picking up trash or whatever, but they rocked up beside me and said, "Are you collecting Staatsgeld? We've got a couple for you." And what I always say to them is, I say, "Yes, I would love them, but I'm not going to take the money. I'm going to give it to other people that are looking for Staatsgeld, or I will, if I don't find any of them, then I'll donate it to a charity." So I'm not going to I'm not going to, I'm not going to hide it from them. I am not taking that money. And if they say, "Oh no, I wanted to give it to you for you to use," then I'm happy with that because but then they went, "Well, okay." And that's usually what always happens. I think you probably will anyway, because you're kind of locked into that giving it away. So even though I'm saying that, they probably feel obliged to do it. But regardless, I really appreciate when they say, "Yep, no, that's okay." And then and then I asked them, what, do you know what I'm doing? They went, "No." I was, they had no clue. They went, "You're running." So they didn't know at all. So then I sort of was just chatting to them. This is when Martin rocked up. I was just chatting to them, and I was like telling them that about the whole thing is about me trying to inspire people to into acts of kindness, into sort of making these promises, or making sort of little internal promises. It doesn't have to be out loud or whatever. Just make these little commitments to do something kind. And I said, that's exactly what you've done. You've just come up. You don't know who I am. You've come up to give me two bottles with the deposit on them that you had them in your trunk on your moped typey thing under the seat. You didn't have to do that. You came to me to give them to me, and I think that's really special. So thank you so much. You've done exactly what I'd love to see people doing, and I think they appreciate it. Also had a whole row of young girls just coming out of the swimming pool, and they were like cheering "Banana, whoop, 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 whoop," because they know me for picking up trash, but they didn't know what I was doing. So then I said, "Oh, this is cool. Thank you so much for cheering. Do you actually know what I'm doing?" They went, "No." So then I just sort of taught them. Their faces, they were old enough to know 50 kilometers is a long way. Their eyes were like, "Oh," crazy. Really, really nice interactions. Oh, I can see Kirsten is from the motorway. Hi. Hey. And from Istanbul. Oh, fantastic. I will do that video at some point. I've been promising a video just to sort of promote his work. Um, so yeah, so those are the interactions, or some of the interactions I had. How did the day itself go? Well, I started off. Last night was a drama. By the time I finished, it was 11:30. By the time I went to bed, it was 1 o'clock. By the time I got sort of food and everything, so it was. Um, yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare day yesterday, and because of that, I wanted to get up early to go to the Hobblers, which I did last week. The Friday one at 7:15. It's about sort of half-hour jog with the buggy and everything, but I just didn't. I thought, no, I've got to be sensible. I need to sleep a bit longer. I still didn't sleep long enough, so I am a little bit sleep deprived. So that didn't really help for today's run, especially in this heat. But I got up a little bit. I got up late enough to get as much sleep as I can, but early enough to make it just as they were having coffee, or halfway through their coffee. I'm sorry, I just got a bit of a. I had some crisps, and it's just stuck in the back of the throat. Food's gone a lot better today. I've had a proper lunch. I could eat more. I know. I had a couple of conversations with people on the road, but yeah, I'm doing my best, and I'm really sort of working hard on it. So so the day started off with the Hobblers, really nice, sort of just having a coffee with them, and then I think around 9:30 or something, I left. So I was running a little bit behind. I'd only done sort of 3 kilometers by then, but I wasn't too stressed. I thought I was like, the toughest thing I've got is sort of like, where do I go? So I'm in Harlem. All right, I've done Harlem. I've done, you know, it's kind of, I kind of want it to be far enough that that I don't have to do too many loops. I don't want to just sort of do like a five loop, five, because then I'm just doing the same loops all the time. I want to go somewhere different. So I kind of put in my head of I'm going to go to Hoofddorp. I kind of went in that direction before, but then I was going to go a slightly different way. And I went, oh no, I'm going to go to Five House, and then decided to go up to the Big Spotters Hill. So that was the plan, and I just headed off, bumped into Sigrid, who made the suit, the banana suit. So it was really nice sort of seeing her. And there was a lovely dad and daughter on the bike, and they said, "Yeah, when we see you a lot of the time running on the Saturday morning to." Well, they didn't know it was park run, and my daughter's always sort of waving and everything. Now we actually get to see you in real life. It's really cool. And so I was telling him the story, and then he said, "Can I take a photo?" I did, and he said, "You're the first Instagrammer that she's having a photo with." I don't think I've like it was so sweet, but I'm like going, "Oh God, I'm not that much of an Instagrammer. I mean that is my job, but I'm not really that huge." But it was so sweet. It was so sweet, and she just looked like she was completely dazed. I'm meeting the banana in real life. That was so sweet. So I had that headed off to Big Spotters Hill. So Big Spotters Hill is like this. It's a man-made hill with like a thing on top. It's about to you sort of like run loops around it in a spiral going higher and higher. They've got a nice road that does that, and it's 500 meters to do the whole thing. And I mean, you're only going up like 30-40 meters or something like that, but it sort of drags on a little bit. It's a bit tough, especially coming down. You've got to have the brake on all the time. So, but I mean, like, bloody hot day, why not just go a little bit closer to the sun, which I said to a few people. So I got to the top of there was a guy playing a guitar just randomly, like practicing his guitar. It looked like he was some sort of busker that was just practicing just at the top of this Big Spotters Hill, with these marvelous views. Maybe he was just getting inspiration from it. So that was really cool. And then I thought, I'll just look for some trash, and there was trash. I looked over into the sort of the bits where people can sit and stand and look around. Loads of trash. I filled up an entire bag of trash. I suspect they were there for the eclipse. People were there for the eclipse. The weirdest one was there was so you literally in the middle of nowhere, just on top of this sort of structure, on top of a man-made hill. That's all there is. There's nothing around, and there was a frozen pizza box. I mean, like, what did they do? Did they just like hold it into the sun or something like that? It's just, why is there a frozen pizza box just randomly there on top of this hill? Bizarre. So I picked it up, then headed back and sort of did a sort of a nice wandery route through Schalkwijk, and then and then I sort of made it to Runx. Had a really nice sort of spoke to Dennis and Carol, and Dennis got me one of the rocket water lollies from the freezer. That really helped cool me down. And in fact, that at that stage I'd done around 25k. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and one of my biggest concerns was my core temperature. The wearing the banana suit, like this challenge is way tougher than last year, for multiple reasons. Part because of the heat. Well, I had a few hot days in May last year, but yeah, this is sort of next level heat. And what happens is the heat just cannot escape. It's trapped in the banana suit. It can only get out through this little head bit, and there's not room to do that. So it's just trying to get out. And your core temperature, yes, someone suggested I should get a body temperature sort of monitor on, because I'm interested to know how hot my core temperature is. I mean, I had at one point this afternoon, I had some ice cubes. I put them down my neck and they went and they just melted straight away. It is just such a boiler suit. And it's just, people are often commenting, "Isn't it hot in there?" And I say, yeah, sort of jokingly, but it is ridiculously hot, and the core temperature that I have is the thing I need to be sort of really cognizant of, which is why I'm drinking so much water. But the water is, because of the heat, it is just warm water, and I don't know why it took so long, but I just kind of went, why don't I just buy ice cubes? So I got a bag of ice cubes and filled them up. I was in Sparendam at this time. I bought a bag of ice cubes, and it was just the best thing. I sort of got the idea from Dennis with the water, with the lolly that he gave me, the ice lolly. And I thought, well, I'll just get some ice cubes. They didn't have any in town, but then in Sparendam they did. So I had a big bag, or like a kilogram bag of water, ice cubes, and I was just filling up. Sort of, I've got some insulated doppers. I've got two of those. You can actually hear it still. So it's still sort of keeping it sort of cool. But it was just so funny. I could get so many ice cubes in, and then I'm pouring the water that I've got in, and the water is so warm. You see the ice cubes just go, whoosh, just melt away. So it was crazy. But just drinking that so cold. Why did it take me 8 days to start thinking I need to have ice on me? I mean, I watch enough videos of like Western states to know people are just wrapping themselves in ice cubes and everything like that. Why do I not have like an ice cube um, bandana around my neck? You can sort of get special ones, or I can just get one. Oh, I've actually got a flip belt. Maybe a flip belt would be good. Yeah, or just get a bandana and wrap it around, and I just have that on the back of my neck. I think that's the way that I should be doing it. So the ice cubes were a bit of a game changer. It's only taken me 8 days to figure that out. For Pete's sake, ridiculous. And then bumped it. It was Martin and Ian and Chrissy. Uh, Bumped into them. I've now walked. Yeah, and then I walked out the stretch a little bit, and now I'm here. I've got sort of four k to go, just around 4k to finish off. I'll just go and get the supermarket and get it off. So that's everything about today. Much happier, much more chilled, especially in the later part, because by getting my core temperature down with the ice cubes. I kind of, I just so pig-headed. I just kind of go through, do it, run, and don't think about it. Instead of actually thinking about sort of solutions for problems that I've got, whether it's overheating or eating myself or feeding myself. Got the crisps, which is really good. So I've been good with the electrolytes. Um, so that's been good. So yeah, I think a really positive day. I was a little bit worried after last night because it was so late. I was literally just running like this at the end. It was like one of those, oh, are they going to make it to the finish line before they collapse kind of thing. It felt like that. Um, Even though I sort of had a sort of Aaron me sort of do a little run with me last night as well, which really helped. Um, and yeah, so I think that's everything I want to sort of talk about. That I'm not going to tell you about the totals of trash deliberately, because I've got a cool idea with an Instagram reel. So I'm going to do that on my Instagram reel, because I'm looking at ways. If there's anything you want to do for me, you think, how can we support him? Get your friends to follow me. That's it. Because I think it's just a bit bizarre that I'm actually losing followers at the moment. I just don't. How is it possible that I'm just losing followers? What's going on? I don't. I Yeah. What have I done wrong? Am I just like freaking people out or something? So yeah, if you can get your friends and family to follow me, there you go. And dogs, open an account for your dog. Maybe they'll become Insta famous. The dogs, and the cats, and the mice and gerbils or whatever. All your pets, get them on Instagram and get them to follow me. There you go. I have got some exciting news though about. Well, first of all, I want to show you. This is from Amsterdam. So I've got a reel that I've just accepted collab on. I mean, you are going to get loads of reels coming in. If someone does a collab because they were with me there, I kind of like to say yes. So you might get loads of extra reels because of this. But for me, they're supporting me or they're helping me in some way. So I kind of want to push it back. I'm not going to accept a collab from some random person that isn't involved in anything I've done or been participating. But this person was. It was the counsellor from Amsterdam who did run sort of like a couple of kilometers with me plogging. And before we started plogging, I said, okay, let's go. We're going to go to this bridge because I want you to do something first. And I wanted her to grab a shopping trolley that was lying in the water and just pull it out. So this is she's had some people filming her. I don't get people filming me, but she does. She's like a counselor. I need to move it. But so someone filmed this for her, and it's so cool. So this is the reels. You can see it on my Instagram account now, but I'll just play it now for those on YouTube and everything, or who are not sort of on Instagram. So this is the counsellor for sustainability and trash. So sort of getting a hands on within about 3 minutes of meeting me. Whatever happens, I don't care who you are going to have expect the unexpected. And this is what she had to do within the first couple of minutes. I just love that. I think it's so cool. Just doing that straight off. It's like she's like, "What the hell am I doing with this guy in a banana suit? Why am I suddenly fishing this out?" But what was cool about that was, so she said, "What do we do with it now?" And I said, "Well, what I'm going to do is put it. I'm going to move it away from the water so someone doesn't get the idea of throwing." Of throwing it into the water again, and then I'm just going to contact the council via Bauta Beta app, which is a really good app that will just send a message to the council then forward it on to whoever needs to deal with it. But she actually said there's a special app for Amsterdam that I didn't know, but I don't know what it is, but she said there is one. So she actually just directly did a sort of an incident report of like, this needs to be removed, so, which is really cool. So straight away, she's only been in the job for a few months, I think. And so straight away she's getting her. So she's sort of, I thought that was super cool. The other bit of news, which is really exciting, is in next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm actually going to be at Trail NL. In fact, let me put that on the screen now. So again, that's on my Instagram profile, so you'll be able to sort of see it, and all the details are coming. But the idea is I'm going to be there on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then at different times I'm going to be doing little loops, for like an hour, so people can join me if they want to do a little loop and pick up some trash, sort of, and do that. What is really cool is that Mount to Coast, who if you sort of see, I've got they're sort of the shoe sponsor that I've got. They've sort of gifted me the shoes and the arm sleeves, which are amazing. The cooling arm sleeves are sort of a really fantastic idea. They in this weather, there wasn't enough. I was going so slow, there wasn't enough sweat coming off to go on the surface. So I just wetted them. I just kept them. I sort of just poured water on them, and they were fantastic. So yeah, it's some people on their bikes have remarked it's a bit daft I'm wearing long sleeves, but I'm actually deliberately wearing them to keep me cool, and they are great. What happens is the water stays on the surface, and then as the wind goes over it, it just cools it down. So what you can do is you can join me. It's all free. Just come along, check out their website. It's got all the times. It's going to have all the times on there next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you'll be able to run in some Mount Coast shoes as just to test them out. So I think that's a really good opportunity. Love Mount Coast as a brand. Really excited about that. So yeah, make sure you sort of come along and experience that if you can. I'd love that. It's also helping Trail NL, which is a really great, fantastic sport trail running store specifically for trail running. Amazing selection of trail shoes. incredible selection of trail shoes, including all the good ones. If you like me and you watch all of the sort of the cool chat American podcasts and things, then the like the Norba 005 and things like this, they've got them. So they've got them all, and they've got Mount Coast as well. So they have the test shoes in the C1, which is the one I'm using, the H1, which is also I've got, which is the hybrid gravel shoe, sort of road to trail type thing, which is really fantastic in the winter time here in the Netherlands. And I think they've also got the T1, which is the trail shoe. So you better sort of try those out. So it's definitely worth sort of coming along and trying them on. So just keep a track of trail.nl on Instagram for more details on that. So really excited about it. Funnily enough, that suit has relevance. One of the things that Mirta, definitely join. It would be really cool. It'd be. Someone's missed my live track. I'm just looking at some of the comments. Someone's missed my live tracking. Hopefully it was working okay. I know some people did. Hopefully some people could get the tracking. I know some people did. So, but yeah. I mean, if you can come along to the trailer now, it's such a great store. And Dirk, the owner, he's really been helpful, supporting me as well. So that's kind of want to do a bit of pay it back to him with this. So that's the idea. So I'd really love people to come along in Amsterdam. Brilliant store. Even just hanging out there, just saying hi and everything is just perfect as well. So, and they've even got coffee that has Way of Life on it. Well, that, I'll tell you about another time. But back to the suit. Interesting suit here. One of the things that I have with I'm going to remove that so you can see my face, so you can see how deadly serious I am. One of the, I'm running a long time. My mind wanders. And so I kind of make just jokes all the time. And so I've like been joking on to people like say, I'm really tired. I've got a fake beard in my bag. Why don't you put that on, put the banana suit and run instead of me? Then I can just sit here and have a nice cold ice cream. That's what I've been sort of joking. And then I'm running along and I'm going, it's so cool, all the people that have joined me. And there's also, like today especially, you really see experiencing the you're probably going to guess where this is going. Yeah, experiencing the whole sort of run with me is quite sort of. I think I don't know. I mean, for me, I really appreciate it, but I think it's really interesting for people. Maybe I'm wrong. If someone's joined me, let me know. But if it's such a slow pace, it's that awkward one between should I run or walk? What should I do? Which is most comfortable? Neither one feels comfortable. It's either too fast walking or it's too slow running. But I'm there struggling in the banana suit. It's a bit daft, all these people just running next to me. I've got grabbers. One of the days we'll have a speech with a chat with the person, the brand that has gifted me the grabbers. But I'm like thinking, I've got spare banana suits. I'm just really focused on this one. But I mean, I've got that one that you saw on the Trail and Help ad. I've got it here. It's here and it's clean. Trust me, it's clean. Wouldn't it be cool if when you joined me and I said, do you want to put a banana suit on? Why not come and jog a bit with me in a banana suit just to see what it's like, just to experience it, to see if I'm just making it up about the heat. Maybe I am. Maybe you like go, oh, this is just ridiculous. There's nothing bad about it at all. Whatever it is, come and experience it. So I've got that one. It's going to be in the buggy. So if you come along, don't feel obliged to do it. But if you want to, it'd be kind of fun. Just join me, even if that's only like 500 meters or whatever. Just I mean, it's kind of cool to get a photo done with it, right? Sort of the two of us running in banana suits. So I'm just going to have that one. I'm not going to have the Patagonia one because I don't want to just sort of just carry them around for nothing. But yeah, so I'll have that one. And if people want to wear it and try and experience life as a banana, come along and meet me for a bit of a run. So that's the plan. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? Let me know. Or if people just like go, "Oh god, that's just a bloody nightmare." Um, so that was so we've got the thing with the counsellor, just showing you that. We've got the thing with Trail NL, which is next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So in just over in a week's time. And then the other thing is about tomorrow. What's going to be happening tomorrow? So tomorrow's also a really cool day. And for the people on Instagram, you're seeing there's a link at the bottom that says the Klabu. So for those that don't know Klabu, it is a charity organization, sports charity organization, and what it does is it creates sports clubs in refugee camps. How cool is that? Just to give them some sort of, a physical activity, or just, some sort of fun activity, instead of just sort of hanging around in the refugee camp. They kind of brought sports to it. Yeah, whether it's football, whatever it is. So they've got that. They're Amsterdam based, and they've got their headquarters on, I think it's on Haarlemmerstraat. Is that the street? But it's around that sort of side near Westerpark. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to join them for their social run. So if you're in Amsterdam, you could also join them at 10 o'clock. Is just Google the Klabu, Klabu. Just Google them, and you'll see all the details, but where their location is, or just Google it on Amsterdam, and you'll find the location. So it starts at 10 o'clock. I think they do like a 10K loop for like an hour or something along those lines. But they've also got a shorter loop as well for people that want to do a sort of a 5K loop. I'm not going to really, I'll just do a little bit for the photos. So I'm going to meet them. And then, because, all the groups are going to be dead slow. And then I'm just going to head off to Vesta Park, and I'm going to be picking up some trash. And I've got two dear friends over. So Kirsten and Norbert are actually in the car at the moment on the motorway listening to this. And they've been such wonderful people supporting me. Yeah, they've been to Italy for the World Championships, and and it's just so, yeah. And they were there with the 31-day marathon last year. They sort of spent a few days. They're here with me this weekend, so they're going to be there tomorrow in the club. They're just going to sort of chill out with me. They've got their own banana suits. There'll be multiple banana suits tomorrow. And what we do is we do some pickup in the trash, and we do that. So I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock, do the little thingy. And then after that, I think probably around, let's say 11:30, 12, I'm going to run back to Harlem. That means that I'm starting at 6 tomorrow, and I've got, so it should mean that by the afternoon tomorrow, I would be sort of pretty much done. I think, oh yeah, they only be just like a few kilometers just to finish off, which is great, because in the evening, I know it's just started tonight, EcoFest. I talked about it the other day. So EcoFest, if you just Google that, then you get all of the details. But I will be there on Saturday at 6:30 till 7:30. I'll be doing a little plugging event, or a little walking around with plugging sticks, picking up some trash. I'll be doing that with people if they want to come along. So I've got grabbers. So that should be good, which is a good point. I need to take the grabbers. Let me just make sure I've got all the grabbers with me. That would have been bad. I need to remember the grabbers. And then, so I'm doing that and then in the evening you'll have a live stream from EcoFest. So I'll find sort of a quiet spot to do a live stream on the grounds itself, which should be pretty cool. But I should be all done, and I should be able to sort of head home, sort of relatively sort of chilled, because I'd have eaten and recovered and everything. So I think that's good. Oh, and I need to do the shake and the boots. We'll see. I'm just winging it, just making up as I go along. Are there any questions? Is everybody here still? Hopefully, oh my word. I didn't scroll down. Club really are brilliant. Martin's the hair. Was the white beard mandatory or not? You don't have to have them a white beard. You don't even have to have a beard, I'm afraid. So just anyone can wear a banana suit. We are non discriminatory, is the right thing to say. Oh, there's Cornwall on there. Oh wow. Hey, Frosty. Awesome. I think that's so cool. I haven't really. I was quite chatty in the chat. Chatty in the chat. That's about the best way to say it. I think. I think that is that sort of everything I wanted to say. I think so. Oh, look, yeah, because it must be because I'm at 34 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just get my final sort of 4 kilometers in, and get some food. Go to bed early because I'll be getting up at 5 to start running at 6, so that I'm in Amsterdam on time. But it should be okay if I just do a 5. Yeah, should be plenty of time. Thank you all, everyone, so much for sort of tuning in. As you can tell, I'm a little bit happier after last night was just yesterday was a bit of a screw up, but I did get all the footage for Lecker, so I'm going to try and edit the footage for Lecker. I'm so behind. One of the things I hate about people doing these challenges is when they don't do the video straight away. So I still need to do the video for yesterday. So there are 2 videos for yesterday and for today that still need to come. Apologies for all the videos that are in there, but I kind of want to do it. And I also want to do a video recap of each week about just the running distance. I think that for me, it's like, if I can manage to do all of this, I'll be so proud of myself to, just to try and get the 2026 kilometers, 40 ultras in a row is just ridiculous. But we shall see if I can do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I've got quite a few followers. It's quite a few people that are sort of tuning in, which I'm really sort of grateful on. You can, if you've just tuned in now, then what you can do is you can always sort of replay the thing. I'm going to replay it straight away, and I will hopefully see some. I know I'm going to see some of you tomorrow, but for the rest of you, yeah, why not come and wear the banana suit? How cool would that be? Actually, sort of like running, 2 of us running in banana suits, grabbers in a hand. It'd be like the banana army. Banana, yeah. We just need one more banana and be Bananarama. Right. On that note, I am going to close down. Thank you so much for listening. Speak to you tomorrow. Just be good. Oh, look at that. It's like Hill Street Blues. Yeah, be safe out there. But no, just be positive out there, because I've just been chatting to so many people, and when you have fun, it shines through. And if you can make so many things fun, don't treat it as a chore. Treat it as fun, and then it'll just carry on doing it. Whether it's whatever it is, just have fun doing it and be kind. Acts of kindness make a big difference in the world. I should have clicked on the end stream button. Oh, I do it every time. I should really do this right. So I'm going to click on the end stream. So I can now tell you